guy called Jean who I've been communicating with, and he is a pre-natal and postnatal fitness instructor. So we're going to go speak to him, go to his gym and check out what he's doing. So we've just arrived now at Training for Mamas. I'm going to go inside and film Jorn, find out what he's all about, find out what he's got to show us, talk to us, and we will catch up with you when we're inside. See you soon. Hi everyone, welcome to Fit for Expecting UK, and on today's episode we have the wonderful Jean. I've been so looking forward to doing this episode. We've been waiting patiently to come to Amsterdam and film you and find out all about you and everything that you do. So we'll start off by just letting you introduce yourself to the viewers.
Hi everyone, I'm Jorn. I'm the owner of Training for Mamas. This is in Amsterdam North, the north of Amsterdam. I'm a father of Ziggy. He's a little boy, 1 year old, and that's a short introduction.
Yeah?
Do you want to know more?
Tell us about Training for Mamas.
Yeah, well, Training for Mamas, I got the idea of Training for Mamas when I started working here. My gym is based in a, do you say pram company or stroller company?
Oh, yeah, stroller.
Stroller.
Pram.
Whatever. So here they were building a new office. The company is called Jules, and they were building a new office, and they asked me to make sure that there was a gym there. So they asked me to arrange everything, so I was like, okay, I will arrange a gym in your new office. But then I started working here, and they asked me a lot of questions about pre- and postnatal fitness. Can I train during pregnancy? What can I do and what can I not do after giving birth?
What's safe?
Yeah, what's safe, what's not safe? What can I eat, what can I not eat, etc., etc.
Yeah.
So then, as a trainer, I was really confused about all the information out there because I didn't know what to believe. So that's when I decided to do a course about pre- and postnatal fitness. And then my girlfriend got pregnant, and that's when I decided to do even more courses about pre- and postnatal fitness, investigate what can you do, what can you not do. So, and I enjoyed it so much because this population, women who are pregnant or who just gave birth, they are very vulnerable. They have a lot of issues with their body changes constantly.
There's a lot of information that sort of says one thing and then something that contradicts that information says something else. So it's hard for women to know what's actually the correct information, what is safe, what isn't.
True, and I wanted to be a filter for them. So I wanted to provide them with like trustworthy information. So that's when I started Training for Mamas. So that's how I came up with the idea, and now I give small group training sessions, I give one-on-one personal training sessions, I do an online course for people who are not in Amsterdam.
Yes, she was telling me about that. I think that's great. I think obviously we're filming you here in Amsterdam, and a lot of the women that I'll be in contact with obviously are not always going to be able to come to you, but the information that you give online, they can still access that information as well.
For sure, So on Facebook and on Instagram I do everything in Dutch and in English, and I'm thinking about translating at least my online course, but I'm not there yet. One day it will definitely be out there in English, so make sure.
Keep a lookout. So, in terms of like when your partner got pregnant, did she was into fitness before, I'm assuming, and then she then had to adapt that, and then obviously with the information you was getting, you was able to still train with her.
Yeah, definitely. And the funny thing is that once you know what you can and cannot do, it turned out that she could still do a lot actually.
Quite a lot.
We had to make a lot of adjustments, but with those adjustments she was able to train until one day prior to giving birth. One day before. She was still deadlifting the day before giving birth. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
So what type of birth, if you don't mind me asking, did she have?
Well, actually, the research shows that women who train during pregnancy have easier births, less complaints and shorter births as well. But that was not the case for my girlfriend. Her name is Lenny. Unfortunately, her dilation was not going so well.
Those are things that you don't have control
Exactly.
over, unfortunately.
Yeah, so it ended in a C-section, unfortunately. So that was a bit of a disappointment.
So in terms of the postnatal fitness
Yeah.
side of it, how long did it take before she could get back into her training?
I want to emphasize the fact that it's not that black and white. A lot of people think like, okay, 6 to 8 weeks, then you can go back to training, and then
For the individual, it's different.
it really depends on the way you give birth, exactly, but also how fit you are during your pregnancy or before getting pregnant, but also how is your recovery going. And a lot of people think that when they get clearance from their doctor, they can do everything that they did before being pregnant, but it doesn't work that way. So what we did, she had a C-section, so after like 6 to 8 weeks, we started with some breathing exercises and some mobility, and then we were increasing the intensity of the exercises. Very, very slowly. And then after I think 12 weeks, we did some more progressive exercises, so a little bit harder, a little bit more difficult, but still very gentle. And we were monitoring the way she felt after a workout. And workouts were just short, but she was moving. And I think that moving in a safe way helps recovery as well. And then I think after 3 to 4 months, she was slightly going back to her regular training program, still with a lot of adjustments to it. And now 1 year postpartum, she is almost completely back on track.
Wow.
Yeah, but
1 whole year.
1 whole year, yes. But I mean, she's really strong. She looks amazing. She's doing really well after C-section.
Do you think it's better to do, as you've said, like do it gradually, slowly build your way up, and not sort of rush back into it?
100%. 100%. I think that's the biggest mistake most people make after giving birth, that they want to go too fast. And maybe the first year you don't have any complaints. Maybe 2 years after giving birth, you still yes. One day, if you didn't heal and recover properly, you will have problems. And I think with your pelvic floor, with your core, I can't even name all the complications that you can get if you don't heal properly. And for me, it's probably one of the most important messages I want to get across is that recover and heal properly. I mean, it's not like
it's a massive thing that
it's a massive thing.
You know, we put our bodies through. And I think sometimes it can almost seem like, you know, oh, because this is something women do on every day, like it's a normal thing. Yes, it's normal to carry a baby, but the recovery can be tremendous with some women.
And I think in our time and age, everybody is like, okay, you should be fit and lose weight and as fast as possible, but I think that shouldn't be the case, especially not the first year postpartum. I think the first year postpartum should be all about recovery and healing your body in a proper way.
What would you say to someone that isn't genuinely like into any kind of fitness or hadn't exercised during pregnancy, maybe had a complicated birth and needs to do some form of exercise following that recovery-wise? What would be your advice to them, the type of woman that would just, you know, sit at home afterwards and not really do much? Would you?
Well, if there are 2 tips that I would give to someone who's like you described, is first focus on proper posture. So alignment and on breathing. Because those two things are what I see going wrong in most of the cases, and they cause so many problems along the line. And so if you don't want to exercise, just move, like walk or go out for a stroll or
be some form of active.
Be active, and make sure that you breathe properly and that you are in a proper alignment.
When you say breathe properly,
yes.
What do you mean?
That's a good question. What I mean by breathe properly, because I mean, how often do you think we breathe on average per day?
By a minute, I would probably say my average would probably be 12 breaths a minute, maybe.
So in total, that means.
Now you're asking.
That's a difficult question.
Let me get my calculator.
Yeah. So no, in general, on average, I think we breathe 25,000 times per day.
Wow.
So imagine if you're not doing it properly, what kind of effects that will have. That means a lot of tension. That means an inner core unit that doesn't function properly, or a pelvic floor that doesn't do what it has to do. I can go on and on and on. So what I mean by breathing properly is a diaphragmatic breath. And a diaphragmatic breath means that your diaphragm, which is attached to your lungs, works together with your pelvic floor. So when your diaphragm is going down, pushes everything down south, and then your pelvic floor should lengthen as well.
Feeling myself too.
Try. So when you exhale, you want your pelvic floor to contract and come up, lift up, yes, and your diaphragm goes up as well. So this is also what we call piston breath. So it's like a piston up.
I've never heard it explained like that before.
No?
It's fascinating.
And but it's crucial because what we traditionally we teach women to do Kegels all the time, but that's an isometric hold. So you contract your pelvic floor and that's it. But then if you hold your pelvic floor, your diaphragm is doing his thing, but your pelvic floor is not in the team. He's not a team player. Yeah, so you get a lot of pressure on your pelvic floor, which results in leakage and exactly, etc., etc. So that's the first thing I teach people: how to breathe. Make sure that you have a diaphragmatic breathing pattern. So deep breath, that your rib cage works as well. Because a lot of what I see on the internet a lot is belly breathing. So in and out. But it's more than that. I mean, I don't say that your belly shouldn't move when breathing, definitely, because when your diaphragm is pushing everything down south, your belly will rise. But that's normal. But your rib cage has to flare as well, because it has, from open, externally rotate, your rib cage should externally rotate, so because your lungs should fill with air. So that's the first thing that I teach people. And the second thing is, if your alignment is not good, then you cannot breathe properly. So those two things they go together. Because, for example, if I would sit like this, my rib cage is in front of my hips, my pelvis. But my diaphragm is here, and my pelvic floor is right there. So they're not aligned. And I want this I want this piston breath, right? I want them to work as a team.
To come up together.
Yes, and if they're here, they're not going to work the way they should work. So that's the second thing I always teach people.
I think it's absolutely fantastic. I think everything that you do here, your gym, the information, you just seem like you're just like this sponge that's just sucked up all this information about everything pre and postnatal fitness wise, and I feel like so much people could learn from you. But we'll definitely put all your information out there for people to be able to access it. Thank you so much for having us here today. It's been absolutely wonderful. I've even learned something myself. Which is always a bonus.
I'm happy about it.
And I hope you've all learned something out there too. Thank you so much for watching.
Thank you very much.
See you soon.
Bye.